The most important thing is try to push yourself to do better. You got to find the gaps that exist, where you think you could fit in, where your personality can come in, where your skills can make you shine and do better than anyone has ever done before.
It's not always good for someone to always be sitting in a comfort zone instead of trying to adapt to change, because I think the more we move, that's when we got to grow and also to be able to adapt to change as well.
The future is uncertain. It's not just from an aspect in the banking industry, but globally. You know, technology, the fourth industrial revolution, all of that leaves us wondering about the future.
The pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of learning something new, of acquiring new skills, I think that's really important. And Nedbank allows you to do that. Hi, my name is Akona Batande Bonke Mpikeleli, that's the full name. I'm currently a product owner in Nedbank Integrated Channels. When I first joined Nedbank, that was in 2007. It was a great time. I was very young, I was very ambitious, wasn't too sure what I was going to get into. I started off as a leasing administrator. I wanted to go into project management, so I applied for a job as a project manager. I went into the interview, did my best, I smiled a lot, I said a lot of the right things, and unfortunately I didn't get it. And what I learned from that is that if I stuck to the core values of who I was and who I really was as a person, I could achieve the same goals that everybody else could. And eventually it bore fruit, because pretty soon when an opportunity came to interview for a project manager the second time round, I was ready. I was much better than I had been before. I had a good grasp of what was required. I had a good understanding of what I needed to do. And so I was successful the second time round, which I was very happy about, and I started my journey on project management.
I'm confident that having gone through the redeployment process through Nedbank, my future at Nedbank is quite bright. My name is Samantha George. I work as a regulatory risk specialist in NIC. This is a fairly new position for me. I started in November 2018.
My name is Olotu Patala. I work at CDH Help Desk. I started working in Nedbank in 2010 from Imperial Bank Property Finance. I moved to business banking Western Gauteng as a credit administrator. In 2017, I moved back to the business services team in BST.
The first time I experienced realignment, we had all been told as a whole, as a group, that our positions were no longer. It was an unsure, uncertain period in my life. It wasn't just me that was affected, a lot of my colleagues were as well. Our positions had become redundant and we were told that we needed to enter the redeployment pool.
In 2018 January, we got a presentation from management and HR that there was a restructure that was proposed and that certain people were going to be placed in an ORP period for 3 months. And also within that 3 months they were offered an opportunity to go for interviews and also to get alternative employment.
We were going to be given opportunities to apply for positions. From there we needed to go through the interview process until we were able to secure ourselves a new role. You're first called into a meeting where you're advised of the position and then you are told you have 3 months in which to find a different job. So those 3 months are filled with fear, uncertainty, are filled with not knowing whether you have a job or not.
And then it happened that I was affected by the ORP, and at the same time I felt it was not a nice thing to go through, because at that moment it was really tough for me. I didn't know what was happening with me, whether is it me. Sometimes you ask yourself some questions that, is it me? Did I do anything wrong? And sometimes you ask yourself, maybe they didn't have faith in you to perform your daily tasks.
In going through that environment, in going through that experience, I learned that I didn't like how I was made to feel. It was scary, it was uncertain, it made you feel inadequate, and that's what set me on a course to upskill myself, to study, to make myself relevant, to make myself, to give myself value.
And the need to be good, the need to be excellent, and the need to deliver the best kept weighing on me. And it's quite difficult to do that when you're being pulled in multiple directions at the same time. And very soon I found myself again faced with a new opportunity. And when the business needed to do things differently, needed to try something new and work in a different manner, I put my hand up and I said, hey, I'm here, I want to try and I really want to work and I think I've got the attitude for it.
I was then able to enroll in further my studies. I was able to apply for a Master's in Business Administration program, and I was able to successfully complete that. Being placed in the pool is really what inspired and motivated me to upskill myself, to study further, to make myself marketable, to make myself relevant, so that I wouldn't be made to feel as uncertain and fearful and scared as I did that very first time.
The ORP is not really a nice thing to go through, not for me, not for anyone. I feel like no one deserves to be in that position. But also, I feel it is an opportunity maybe to get something better within the organization. My HR manager is the one who really pushed me and also who believed that I was going to make it, and she was really determined that I was actually going to get something better. I was fortunate to get an interview at CDH Support Help Desk, of which I got successful for the interview. I
was determined to learn, I was determined to grow, and I persisted. So I learned very quickly. I attended as many meetings as I could. I spoke to as many people as I could. And the beautiful thing about Nedbank is there's so many people with a lot of knowledge. And it's amazing. If you just spend 5 minutes asking the right questions and you talk to the right person, you can learn so much. And I'm willing to take the risk, and that's what I did. So I then ventured into a whole new area, away from construction, away from project management, what I knew, and walked into an IT space. And I knew nothing about IT except for what I know about PlayStation 4 and the Apple ecosystem. And that was it. So it wasn't too long from there where somebody approached me and said, we've got a whole new project we want to do, something different. Are you willing to take this on? And that's how I pretty much became the product owner in Digital Concierge.
I'm still in that position, and I'm learning more and I'm growing more within that role. And I've also come to learn a lot from my role there.
I know that should any changes come, I'm more than prepared to handle them. I'm pretty confident that after having upskilled myself, making myself more marketable and relevant, I can handle any changes that come my way. So my advice is really to just calm down, take a step back, look at the situation. It's not as bad as you think it is. There are opportunities out there. If you upskill yourself, if you remain confident, you can go out and you can get a better job just like I did.
For those that are in an ORP pool, this is not the end of the world. The more you go for the interviews, the better you will be and more confident also going forward as well.
There's a lot of things that we have within Nedbank. We're quite fortunate where you can learn a new skill, be it something that is an emotional skill, be it something that is an intellectual skill, you can learn it. And I think trying to improve things for other people, it eventually leads to you improving things for yourself. And if you look for that improvement and you try to grow, your skills will come through because you'll be improving everything else for everyone around you.
I feel stronger than I've ever been before. And also being in the new position has also motivated me because I'm always looking forward to another day in the office.